Hi, I'm Manveen Rana, Innovations Editor here at Hub Culture, Davos 2024, and I'm delighted to be joined by Katja Iversen, who is the CEO of Museum for the UN, UN Live.
Exactly.
Thank you for joining us here.
It's a pleasure.
Now, just tell us, for people who don't know much about it, what is Museum for the UN?
The Museum for the United Nations UN Live is an activator of the many. We work with popular culture to drive empathy, agency, action, and change. We know that popular culture affects people's behaviors, it affects norms, it affects opinions. So when we want to rally the world around the United Nations goals, work and values, around the issues, then working with popular culture, sports, films, music, gaming, food, fashion, that's what's going to move the many.
Is this basically the easiest way of changing people's behaviour and changing culture? In a way that we talk about a lot, but rules and laws are very slow at implementing change.
Well, we know that the power of popular culture is tremendous. When we hear one of the people we trust and admire say something, we can see how people act. When we can reach people with messages they can understand, not the language in Davos, not the UNEs, not the development lingo, not the
You're a woman who knows many languages, UNEs and Davos.
Things they feel relevant and care about.
So just tell me how that works. I mean, do you approach particular actors or people making films? How do you make a message spread through popular culture?
I can give you an example.
Yeah.
So in Colombia, there was this amazing group. We had a small project about how you activate the people in city environments to take action around issues. A lot of the artists got together, musicians, and said, let's talk a little more. One of the things they have there is the Amazon. They have the nature that is so prevalent. So they started to record nature sounds, and then they sampled it into music.
Wow.
And it became a big program called Voz Terra. They actually won big awards because they got the beat from nature into the techno beats, and people started dancing to it. It was during COVID.
That's amazing.
So now,
it reminds people about nature.
That music and how you can work with nature and music and musicians to really rally many people to care about nature and to care about the environment and to care about the planet, but also about each other.
So who are you speaking to here at Davos to make this happen?
Oh,
who's on your wish list?
Oh, it's some busy days. So I am around talking to some of the big cultural platforms, whether it's in film or in music or in arts or in gaming, about what can we do together. I'm also here to raise money to do it. It costs money to change the world, and if you want to move 200 million people to take that one step to mass movement, it takes some organizing, and because we always do things in partnership, it takes effort and it takes money. So I'm raising money as well. But it is amazing to hear how open people are for new ideas. The world is burning, and if we don't take unusual steps now to move the many hearts and minds to affect how things are produced, but also what policies are made. So, imagine what change we can make that way, both in policies, but in action and supply chain and the products that's produced. Because we know people care, but sometimes they don't know what they can do about it.
And the theme of Davos this year is rebuilding trust. You've got a lot of politicians, you've got a lot of businesses here trying to do that around some of the same aims as you, around trying to fix climate change, help the environment. Is there something about popular culture, though, which actually does that thing of rebuilding trust with ordinary citizens? Is there something that helps them feel more invested in the same future and the vision that you're talking about?
We just did, at the end of 2023, the top 10 culture, kind of undertakings that has driven impact.
Yeah.
So, if you look at a film like Barbie, that was one of the most seen, but also taken in a discussion. It prompted a discussion about gender equality and misogyny. If you take some of the rappers, when they take on issues, it's, we see billions of streams on some of that. When you take how, for example, WHO and JPL and Community Jameel try to tackle postnatal depression through music. There's so many examples. And we see how it moves people. And we see how when it's not me who's standing on a soapbox, or when it's not the usual policy suspects who stands on a soapbox, people move in a different way. And that's what we need now. That's what the world needs now.
That's a phenomenally strong message. Good luck here at Davos. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thanks, it's a pleasure.
Katja Iversen,
Pleasure.
CEO for Museum for the UN Live.
Yes!